Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, chapter 18, verse 59. Bhagwan Krishna in the last verse said, Arjuna, do all actions by keeping me in your mind. All the obstacles will be removed by my grace. Because of ego, if someone neglects or rejects my advice, the natural consequence is he will perish. A warning given by Bhagwan. It is a statement of truth. It is not to make all the human beings fear Bhagwan Krishna. We have already seen natural laws. Natural laws, it will punish if you don't obey them. For example, fire. Whether you touch or a baby touch, it does not matter for it. Whoever touches fire, he has to suffer. Similarly, that is a statement of truth. Immediately, you don't threaten me, I know everything. You can't say that. Nature is like that. Finish. So, Bhagavan also wants natural laws you must obey. Nature's laws. You cannot go against it. If you go against it, then be ready to face the consequence. That is what Bhagavan Krishna said in verse 58. Now verse 59. Yattahankaramashritya nayotya idi manyase mityaisha vyavasayaste prakriti tvam niyokshati. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, Arjuna by disposition is a Kshatriya. His nature, his Swabhava Guna is Kshatriya. We have seen three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. All are mixed with these three gunas. That is how different people are existing in this world. We have seen that in detail. What is Arjuna's guna? Arjuna's guna is Kshatriya guna, Rajo guna. Hence the nature in him will impel him to fight and will not allow him to remain calm. One day he has to fight. Bhagavan already said this in chapter 2. Hey Arjuna, even due to compassion for your Kaurava brothers or your relatives, grandfather, uncle, etc., if you go away from battlefield, Duryodhana will not allow you to take that credit. Sorry. Don't think Duryodhana will immediately say, Arjuna is a good fellow. Because of the compassion, he wanted to take to sannyasa. He will say, just by seeing the size of my army, Arjuna ran away from the battlefield. Even a soldier will say that on seeing my mustache, Arjuna ran away like a baby and stood behind Kundi's sari. Another fellow will say, another soldier, I rotated my eyes, looked at him in a frightening way. Arjuna ran away from the battle. In your own army, somebody will say, there is so much of corruption in the army. People are getting selected without any merit to the top post. Because Arjuna is Kunti Putra, he was made army chief. I am the most fit fellow. He was selected without any skill, just because he was attached to, he was Pandu's Putra. All these words you have to hear, Arjuna. Bhagavan in chapter 2 verse 34 said, Akirtim cha vibhutani kadayishyanti te vyayam sambhavidasya cha kirtihi maranatadirichyate. Hey Arjuna, you don't know. People will speak that you are a coward who ran away from the battlefield. To a famous hero like you, Dishonor is worse than death, Arjuna. Realize that. Again in chapter 2, verse 36, Bhagavan said, Avachyavadamscha bhagun vadishyanti tava hitaha nindantattava samartyam tado dukkataram nukim. By running away from this battlefield, what do you want to achieve? You want to escape from the sorrows. That is what you want to achieve. No, no, I don't want sorrows. I want happiness. That is what you said. By running away, your enemies will speak unspeakable words about you. Is there anything more painful or sorrowful than that? What you want to avoid, that is sorrow. You are jumping into ocean of sorrows. Arjuna, think. Surely one day your inner nature will come out. You will not be able to bear those words. You will challenge them for a fight. Come on. You are saying I ran away from the battlefield because of fear. Come on. Let us fight. By that time, nobody will believe you or trust you and come and stand behind you, Arjuna. Everybody will say, what is the guarantee? This time Arjuna will not run away from the battlefield. Because at the last minute, 1 month before, you could have surrendered given your resignation. After you put all your dresses, army dress, AK-47 gun, everything, you came to the battlefield. Now you are saying, I will go, I will not fight. Swami Chinmayananda says, general statements of truth cannot be retained permanently unless it becomes one's own experience. Wonderful, wonderful psychology, philosophy. General statements of truth cannot be retained permanently unless it becomes one's own experience. The experience will become your wisdom. The example I can think of is, everybody in the house will say, fire will burn your hand. It is a general statement of truth. Only by touching, it becomes an experience and you get the wisdom. After that, you will maintain some distance between yourself and fire. Once you touch the fire, matchstick fire, once you touch, then you will be 100% more careful than before that experience. So, general statements of truth cannot be retained permanently unless it becomes one's own experience, your own experience. That is the master, that is the teacher. Therefore, Bhagwan Krishna applies this philosophical truth to Arjuna's present problem. Arjuna, if due to your ego, if you decide, I will not fight, your decision is in vain. The temperament of Arjuna must seek its expression and in a particular field. And being a Kshatriya, his Rajoguna will compel him to fight. The brilliant arguments raised by Arjuna for not fighting the battle are all compromises made by his ego to run away from the challenging situation. During childhood days, for me, during childhood days, whenever there is an exam, I will always complain to my mother, I have stomach ache, so I don't want to go to exam. Is it true stomach ache or headache, or I feel, touch me and see whether there is fever or not? I will tell my mother. What is it? Just running away from the challenging situation, that is the examination, which one day eventually I have to write. I cannot escape because I have to go to the next class. Similarly, even if Arjuna decides not to fight now, his mental temperament would assert itself at a later period. At that time, he may not have the feel to exhaust his vasanas. Idea is, you are born with some vasanas. Bhagavan is giving a feel to exhaust those vasanas. Then only you can move to the next stage, sannyasa. By doing karma yoga, you exhaust your vasanas and then move to sannyasa. Dr. Radhakrishnan says, Arjuna's desire not to fight can only be the expression of his surface nature. His deeper being will lead him to fight. Suppose if he casts down the arms due to his unfounded fears, and if the war proceeds without him, Arjuna is not there. Okay, somebody has resigned, put him in prison. We will proceed with the war. And later on, Arjuna realizes that the consequences of his absence would be disastrous to humanity. He will be impelled to take arms by the pressure of cosmic spirit. He should try, therefore, to further and cooperate with the cosmic evolution instead of denying and opposing it. If he does so, he will change from an if he does so, he will change from an essentially determined to a determining factor. It is Arjuna's lower nature that causes the confusion and the fall from the greater truth of his being. Now Arjuna has seen the truth and he can act not for his selfish ends but as conscious instrument of the divine. The disciple must put aside all selfish fear and obey his inner light, which will carry him past all dangers and obstacles. Dr. Radhakrishnan finally concludes by saying, the way in which we can be most useful is by submission to God's choice. That is how he finishes his commentary. Bhagwan Krishna in this verse addresses Arjuna directly. Hey Arjuna, if due to your ego, if you think I will not fight this war, vain is your resolve. Your own nature will compel you to fight, Arjuna. That is what Bhagwan Krishna says. Verse 59 again. Yat agankaramashritya nayotsayidi manyase mityaisha vyavasayatte prakrtitvam niyokshati. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Hari Om Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana